is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
Who needs a plan? Take my hand. Our stories will find us. My Shandy Caravan. And there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with my Shandy Caravan. And there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carib, refreshed for life.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
Good evening and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Monday, the 22nd of November. In our top stories, government to implement fixed prices for fuel, regulation of public servants high on the government's agenda, police investigating circumstances surrounding the death of a man found in his home on Sunday. And in sport, athletes travel to Colombia for the Junior Pan American Games. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you. Of course, the latest public forecast information. It'll all be right after the break, so stay with us.
GrenNec advises customers that its corporate headquarters at Dusty Highway and customer care centers at Bruce Street Mall, Grenville, and Dusty Highway will be closed on Friday, 26 November 2021 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon to facilitate a general staff meeting. All offices will reopen at 12 noon. We regret the inconvenience caused as a result of this closure.
GrenNec, energizing our Grenada.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening. With the news in detail, I'm Tony Julian. The increase in gas prices and also electricity in the last few months, that's been putting a strain on Grenadians' pockets. When will the government step in on behalf of the people is the question. While addressing the media on Sunday, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell indicated that government will soon step in, which is expected to make a difference from next year. But Rachel Bain begins this evening's news coverage, giving us the details.
5 days ahead of government's budget presentation, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell facilitated a press conference with local media. The increase in electricity and petroleum were some of the issues addressed by Dr. Mitchell, who said government is not in denial of that fact. He said the increase in those important commodities in Grenada is a problem. What will government do to assist in this regard? Dr. Mitchell does not want to reveal plans. At this time, however, the issue will be addressed in the upcoming budget presentation on Friday.
In life, it's very easy to talk about a problem. The question really is, what are you doing about it? What room do you have to deal with it? I think that is the key. And government accept, Baruna, its fundamental responsibility to deal with any pain that exists in the population.
Government, he says, has a responsibility to its people.
I think one major factor that we all must come to terms with is the question of the additional costs you see now. As you know, the basic electricity price is based on the non-fuel charge, right? And fuel charges. Non-fuel has been fixed. It's the non-fuel prices that has increased. You know, the fuel prices, sorry, the factors that is correlated to cost of electricity. So clearly, if you have to deal with that problem, you have to look at both.
Fuel price presently, Dr. Mitchell says, is not the highest, as it has been higher 13 years ago.
Very high because it was tied, and nothing has changed in terms of the non-fuel price and so on, kept it constant. The question, therefore, what has caused the bills to be much higher? Remember, because of lockdown, we are home literally all day. So one of the problems related to the high cost is the fact that we have been home.
While it appears to be challenging now, the Prime Minister says to expect some relief.
The government will move to put a fixed price on the cost of gasoline. It means, therefore, that the government will be having to subsidize the cost. In other words, we'll have to take a hit, so to speak. And remember, we need revenue to run the country. Government does not get much money from income tax because most people are exempted from income tax from $36,000 upward.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mitchell also explained that the country does not have a pension issue, but rather that there are some unresolved issues in relation to terms within the pension agreement itself, as we hear now from Donella Houston.
According to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, the pension issue in the country has been resolved. However, it is certain terms within the pension agreement that remains unresolved. The PM insists that the pension figures have already been agreed to.
The agreement is if you reach the retirement age or you want to retire before because there's a period of service for retirement, you can retire. And as long as you sign the document, you will get 70% of your last salary. What is unresolved is the question of when do you start to look at, because that in the old system of pension, you get 66 2/3. So government is agreed to give more than the old pension agreement. What is in dispute is the fact that if you want to go back to 1958 and talk about paying all those persons.
He says he continues to encourage workers to sign the document and get their monies.
Now, what I say to workers is simply this. You're retiring or you have retired. Sign the document, collect your 70%. The court case goes forward. If the government loses, then you have no money to collect, additional. So I don't see much of a dispute. In effect, I would say that might be an important part of my own legacy.
Dr. Mitchell continues to insist that his government had nothing to do with the removal of pension. He says this is an issue that his government has sought to resolve over the years, and if the funding was available, it would have been done before.
I had nothing to do with removal of pension for workers. I had nothing to do with it, and I've always signaled that was fundamentally not right, while not having the opportunity to deal with the problem because of the financial constraints. But after years of negotiation, we have concluded an agreement, and that is where we are. So if government had the funds and we could have paid, we probably would say, well, forget whether it's illegal or not legal, and let's just pay, because the workers are here, they're going to spend their money back in the country, the government will generate revenues from expenditure and activities in the country. But we simply will not be able to meet that extreme payment if the court rules, we'll have to agree on some form of method of payment over years.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
The Public Workers Union, PWU, is calling for action and not just mere words on the burning issue of the regularization of workers within the public sector. This call is made once again, but This time, it's after pronouncements made by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on Sunday, who indicated that this cannot be done without analyzing government's financial situation. Rachel Bain has more.
After clamoring to have workers within the public sector regularized, the government has finally made a decision, which will be highlighted in the upcoming budget in a matter of days. This according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. The Department of Public Administration and the Ministry of Education, according to Dr. Mitchell, are putting together a program that will determine how government deals with contract workers going forward. The Prime Minister says the issue is a two-dimensional one.
There would be a template from government about these workers who are doing a good job and they are, in effect, permanently employed, not necessarily under the public service, but providing a service that the economy would always need. Then I think we will be able to solve that problem. So that's another activity that's been looked at seriously by the government. Department of Public Administration, the Ministry of Education, they are putting together a program for us to deal with coming to the 2020-22 budget.
And the issue of nurses being on contract remains a challenge. Prime Minister Mitchell says it is because of the situation confronting government.
What you have is because of the situation we are confronted with, that there are a number of additional nurses that have to be employed. And in some cases, when the system at a certain limits, when these nurses were qualified, they come out of training, they would have been sitting home, and we decided, look, we can take you and pay you under contract services, under grant case or some institution like this, providing a service to the country. The alternative is to say, we don't have a job for you.
The system, Dr. Mitchell says, in which they operate needs some work.
And the ability of the system to reward the hard workers and to make sure they are more secured. Because what we are doing is also preparing a system where people are disillusioned.
MTV spoke to President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, about the Prime Minister's statement and government's failure to address the burning issue of contract work and the regularization of workers. The President questions the government track record. He says the Prime Minister's statement of contract workers and their regularization will continue to fall on deaf ears until they see it come to fruition.
Let me succinctly say that when it happens, we will believe. This is a very serious matter. One cannot doubt that the administration is not taking the issue seriously based on the track record.
Grimes says if the government does not move to regularize workers, several things can happen, including frustration.
If the public service is to survive, it must come to fruition. Because what you have is a cadre, hundreds of disillusioned workers working under contract, working illegally under contract for years. If you do not regularize the workers, you will frustrate them, you will make them unproductive, you will cause them to leave our shows.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
One of the leading ferry services has suspended its services until further notice. That's due to possible COVID-19 exposure. And that's even as COVID-19 cases continue to increase on the sister isle of Carriacou. We have more.
Minister with responsibility for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Kendra Maturin-Stewart, provided an update regarding the recent developments surrounding the increase in COVID-19 cases on the sister isle. In a telephone interview on Monday, Maturin-Stewart confirmed that several crew members of the Dolly Sea, one of the ferries that travel between the two islands, have tested positive for the virus, forcing the owners to temporarily suspend its operations.
Over the weekend, health officials on island discovered a cluster of positive COVID-19 cases, amounting to 9 as of today's date, primarily though among the captain and some crew members of the MV Dolly Sea. The MV Dolly Sea, as you're aware, is a passenger/cargo vessel that traverses between the island of Carriacou and Grenada on a weekly basis, actually 3 times per week, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And having regards to this exposure to COVID-19, the MV Dolly C have since temporarily suspended its services until further notice.
Health authorities are appealing to individuals who traversed using the Dolly C over the past 2 weeks to come forward to get tested, including those who have been in close contact with crew members.
At the moment, the health officials and contact tracers are on the ground, and they are actively and aggressively conducting the contact tracing to ensure that we arrest the situation before it further escalates into a case of community spread.
She says it is their hope that the situation will be contained.
We anticipate great cooperation in this regard as the health team and the contact tracers on the ground try to understand and to arrest the situation before it gets out of hand.
Unconfirmed reports indicate that the Dolly C had recently traveled to neighboring Trinidad and Tobago, who continues to experience a rapid spike in COVID-19 cases, and which may have been the origin of the current COVID-19 outbreak on the sister isle. For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
Law enforcement had their hands filled this past weekend as they attended to several matters, among them being the finding of the body of an elderly man in his house in Cafe St. George. MTV has been speaking with officers attached to the public relations arm of the Royal Grenada Police Force. They gave us a report as to the weekend's incident.
Giving an update on the happenings over the weekend is officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, Inspector Trevor Rodney. According to Inspector Rodney, there were a number of infractions that occurred over the weekend, which includes the breaching of curfew, a stabbing incident in St. Andrew, and what appears to be an increase in the cases of pretty larceny. Police Inspector Rodney says the RGPF is also investigating the death of a man in his 70s whose partially decomposed body was discovered on Sunday evening. There was no missing report made before the discovery.
Investigation as a result of a call that was made to the police led us to a home in Cafe. He's identified as Roy Gordon, retired truck driver. The information that we have is that he resides in Trinidad and Tobago, but he came in for a relative funeral, and after some time friends and family were attempting to contact him and no contact was made, and one of his friends went to the house and discovered his partly decomposed body.
Inspector Rodney added that the police are also investigating stabbing incidents that left 2 males and 1 female nursing injuries at the hospital.
2 of these incidents occurred on November 19th, 2021 at Canal Road, and the other in the vicinity of the Grenville Fish Market, resulting in a male and a female receiving stab wounds about their bodies. The 3rd incident occurred on Saturday, the 20th November 2021 at on Victoria Street at Grenville.
Pretty larceny has increased in comparison to previous years. This Inspector Rodney says is a scourge that the RGPF is working on eradicating. However, people continue to support those who sell farmers' produce. If caught with stolen goods, Inspector Rodney says they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
We are calling on members of the public. We've noticed that people are purchasing, both vendors and individuals are purchasing produce from persons who are not bona fide farmers. And we are calling upon you to ensure that when you purchase produce, they are from bona fide farmers and bona fide farmers, they would be in possession of a farmer's ID, and ensure that the process is done properly.
There continues to be breaches in the state of emergency laws, refusal to wear masks, and failure to adhere to the curfew period of midnight. Inspector Rodney is urging the general public to follow the law or else they will be fined.
We are asking for cooperation in complying with the regulation. The other areas are generally followed and complied with, but these 2 areas, they still is an issue for the RGPF. And of course, we are issuing tickets, and though we are issuing tickets, we are still seeing violations.
For MTV News, Rachel Bain.
As a first segment of news, still ahead though, fisherfolk in St. Mark and St. Patrick are seeking assistance from the government, and a former president of one of the country's fishermen's associations is facing allegations of and money laundering. We'll be right back with you after the break. Stay with us.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Sunday, November 28th is no ordinary Sunday as Megaforce Promotions present Christmas Cash, the 33rd edition. All you need to do is get a ticket, and some of this cash could be yours for Christmas. We're talking a whopping $15,000. Tickets cost only $15. Get them from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. Or if you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, November 28th, join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo and win big cash for Christmas.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Fisherfolk to the north of the island are calling on the relevant authorities to provide some level assistance for them. MTV was able to speak to two members of the fishing sector who stated that they are facing serious challenges, particularly at their respective fish markets. As we hear now from Danella Houston.
Every sector has its challenges, but within the fishing industry, particularly to the north of the island, there has been a lot of clamoring for help, especially when it comes to the facilities where they store and sell fish. According to Gemma Lewis, a fish vendor at the Soteres Fish Market, it has been more than a year since they have been asking for help, predominantly with the window that overlooks her stall.
The majority of vendors selling on the road, it's only me alone selling in the fish market here. And you see how much sun you have? Everybody selling on the road, they're selling in the back of the fish, selling on the road. It's only me are selling inside here. They have to put that piece of board, the piece of board can't go no more. In the night, I just have to take out the scale plate and put it in the sink. Because anybody could come and take the scale.
Speaking to MTV was Vaughn Joseph, a boat owner based at the St. Mark's Fish Market. According to him, if something is not done to repair the fishing facilities there soon, they will not have a fish market.
Is the condition behind the fish market, basically the seaside. Within the next 2-3 years, we would not have a fish market because it is basically victim to the tides every single day. So if you have a look behind the fish market, you would see how the walls are being digged out by the sea. You actually can see the steels protruding out of the wall right now. And if this market is not given attention, and I mean as soon as possible, then we can have a very serious problem with the market basically being, I should say, demolished by the sea.
And they would like the relevant authorities to help the fisherfolk. Another collective issue, as was noted at both facilities, was that of storage and ice. Both individuals spoke about not having proper cold storage facilities to store their fish.
We have a number of issues, starting with no ice machine. From time to time we have problems for ice. We will have, let's say, the guys from Waltham will have to travel to Victoria to get ice, and from time to time the machine sometimes is down. Even speaking for the Goa Fish Market also, the ice also, the machine from time to time is down. Coming back to Waltham, we have a cold room which we need to get up and running. That has been like this for a couple of years.
Well, they say we getting we ice room, so I'm waiting on them.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
Meanwhile, the former St. John's Fishermen's Association president has been detained by officers attached to the Financial Investigation Unit, the FIU. A prominent figure in the fishing capital of Gove and former president of the St. John's Fishermen's Association, Alwyn Ferguson, was detained over the weekend over allegations of fraud and money laundering. Sources said this followed months of an investigation sparked by complaints from some members of the association itself. And according to reports, almost $1 million of the association's money cannot be accounted for. Well, despite the many upsets caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, more than 700 students were able to beat the odds, graduating from the T.A. Marichaud Community College TAMCC in just about 50 different subject areas. On Friday, a special award ceremony was held, and MTV was able to speak to a few of the awardees, as well as the principal of the school, Dr. Ronald Brunton, about this special occasion. Again, we have Danella Houston.
Just over 700 students from the T.A. Marichaud Community College have completed their journey there. And on Friday, a ceremony was held where students from different faculties were awarded. MTV spoke to the 2021 valedictorian Chriselle Smith, who shared her experience, particularly during the COVID era.
I studied natural sciences in the School of Arts, Science and Professional Studies. And I got to be a part of the school life. Even though we had COVID, I got to be a part of the school life. It was at sometimes kind of lonely because we're at home, online. We don't get to interact with our friends in classes and so on or during our free time. But I was able to keep focused and study, and then I got to see my friends on the days that we were able to come to school.
She noted that her support system throughout was great, and she is thankful to everyone who believed in her. Also speaking to the news team was a well-known media personality, Blossom Alexis Welsh, who said despite the pandemic situation, she and others were able to push through successfully.
Finishing times, you see, while going through the COVID-19 pandemic, it was a bit hectic. It's not what most of us would have expected our last days at the institution to be like. But nevertheless, we pushed through. I had some amazing tutors that were able to accommodate the online or facilitate the online learning, and they did it very well. It was an experience.
Welsh encourages her media comrades to never settle for less and to continue to develop themselves regardless of how long they have been in the field.
So even if you're now starting off in the media, you're thinking about it, you're already in it for over a decade, there are still things to learn. It helps improve who you are, what you do, how you do it. It helps you understand better what your role is as a media worker. So to all my colleagues, future colleagues, this is a study, this is a program that you definitely should pursue.
Also speaking to the MTV News team was TAMCC's principal, Dr. Ronald Brunton. According to him, this COVID situation has given faculty and students a different experience.
Our graduates are certainly learning from the experience of online learning. They are becoming much more independent learners. Embracing the technology means that they'll be able to perform in a digital environment into the future.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
A Grenadian pastor has been appointed to serve as second vice president of the Regional Alliance of Evangelical Churches, being the youngest in the history of the organization to hold that position, both locally and regionally. We have more from Troy Gill.
Local pastor and president of the Alliance of Evangelical Churches, Pastor Devon Rache, has been elected to serve as second vice chair of the Regional Alliance of Evangelical Churches, making him the youngest religious leader to serve in that capacity. In a telephone interview with MTV News, Rache, who was also the youngest to serve as president of the local alliance, says the appointment was made during the organization's recently held annual general meeting.
The Evangelical Alliance of the Caribbean held AGM last week, annual meeting, and at the General Council of the conference, the election was held of the regional board for the Evangelical Alliance of the Caribbean, which represents all evangelical churches within the Caribbean region. And I had the humble privilege of being nominated for and elected to the position of second vice chair of the Evangelical Alliance of the Caribbean Regional Board.
He says the accomplishments of Grenada's alliance during his tenure have been recognized both regionally and internationally.
We were one of two Caribbean countries that was highlighted by the World Evangelical Alliance for exceptional work during the time of the pandemic. Grenada has also been recognized for one of the stronger alliances in the region. And a lot of what we have done here are some of the policies that other countries are seeking to implement. For example, we launched our Youth Commission, last year, and this is something that is being promoted across the region now. And we also launched a Commission of Christian Counselors, and there are other initiatives that we have undertaken that are best practices for the region.
However, Rache says he will not be up for re-election this year as president on the local executive.
I have served 2 terms as president of the local alliance, and at our last AGM, I did inform the local alliance that I would not be accepting nomination again for this term, because I believe there are so many pastors. We represent over 100 pastors here in Grenada, and there are so many pastors who are able to serve in the capacity of president. And
Rashe believes that his stint as president of the local alliance has empowered him to serve on the regional platform with regards to the implementation of best practices that ensures the survivability of evangelical alliances across the region. For MTV News, I am Troy Gill.
This is where we end the second segment of the MTV Evening News Monday. With more still ahead, stay with us.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education.
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Who needs a plan? Take my hand. Our stories will find us. My Shandy Caravan. And there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you. My Shandy Caravan. And there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carib, refreshed for life.
Sunday, November 28th is no ordinary Sunday as Megaforce Promotions presents Christmas Cash, the 33rd edition. All All you need to do is get a ticket, and some of this cash could be yours for Christmas. We're talking a whopping $15,000. Tickets cost only $15. Get them from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. Or if you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofet.com. Sunday, November 28th, join the fun and excitement online. Play Wackity Virtual Bingo and win big cash for Christmas.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Arizo. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Arizo Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Welcome back. Helping others to help themselves. Well, that's the role of Shad Batiste, a young and upcoming businessman who assists people within the hospitality sector to showcase and grow in their operations through a monthly event dubbed the Grand Dance Food Buzz.
Hi guys, welcome to another edition of MTV's Business in 3. I am Donella, host 10. Today we're doing things a tad bit different. And we're going to be speaking to Shad Batiste, who is the coordinator of the Grand Dance Food Buzz. Shad is a young budding entrepreneur whose business is to help other entrepreneurs to grow their business.
The Grand Dance Food Buzz started in this year, May of this year, and it's the goal of Grand Dance Food Buzz, of course, is to help other entrepreneurs as myself, right? Other people in the food business or culinary arts to establish themselves, to come out and make that income, right? So Grand Dance Food Buzz is filled with a variety of foods. You're talking from pasta to grilled foods to vegan foods, and also drinks, right? There's mixologists there giving you all different types of cocktails, right? So it's a variety of foods from local skilled personnel in the culinary arts.
What made you want to do this?
Well, basically it's the times. Everything, cost of living is high. Most people are laid off their jobs at home. And it's an initiative where we all came together and decided that let's bring all those skill sets together. We're coming back, and as I said, our game is definitely improved.
Do you have a section for vaccinated people? We know people would have concerns about that.
Yes, so basically there will be the sitting area within the Food Buzz is for only vax, right? We will present a nice little restaurant styling. However, the unvaccinated patrons are still welcome. They can come, grab their drinks, grab their food, grab whatever takeaway services, you know. The next Food Buzz we're looking to bring to you is on the 4th of December. So hopefully the 4th and the 18th of December will be the last Food Buzz for the year. And next year, of course, we're looking to come even better. You know, we have some great ideas. The food personnel have wonderful things in store.
That was Shad Batiste, Grandance Food Buzz coordinator. Remember, guys, we're going to be at the Carmahon Park on December 4th. That's Saturday, December 4th for the Grandance Food Buzz. Come out and support. That's it for MTV's Business in 3. I am Donella Hostin.
And welcome back. We now join Clifton James for news from across the region.
Good evening with tonight's MTV Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James. France has sent special police officers to its overseas territory of Guadeloupe. There have been nightly disturbances there alongside a strike to protest against compulsory COVID-19 passes. Al Jazeera's Nadim Baba has more.
Buildings on fire in Pointe-à-Pitre in the Caribbean archipelago of Guadeloupe. This is French overseas territory, and after nearly a week of civil unrest here, the government in Paris is sending reinforcements. On top of the 200 extra personnel already in place, 50 police special forces have just arrived. These pictures are from a local news channel. A nighttime curfew was imposed on Friday, but it hasn't brought calm. More than 30 people were arrested that night alone.
We've ascertained not only that there is disorder, but that live ammunition was used against law enforcement officers. Looting is now taking place at the island, which has, if I may say so, nothing to do with the COVID protest.
Trade unions in Guadeloupe started an indefinite strike on Monday. They're angry about the compulsory vaccination of health workers against COVID-19 and about the French health pass, which is required to access restaurants and cafes, cultural venues, sports arenas and long-distance travel.
Because of this criminal antisocial law which they set up, hundreds of workers are being thrown onto the street, and by extension, thousands of people, because behind each salaried employee, there's a family.
The French government says about 80% of healthcare workers in Guadeloupe have already been vaccinated. It also says road blockades have disrupted supplies to hospitals.
Le coupable, c'est celui qui a mis l'obligation vaccinale.
Blame those who made vaccination compulsory. You can't do that and then suspend staff without salary. They're affected morally and physically, and 50% of staff are suspended, so vaccinated staff will be doing double the work.
The local authority says some electrical facilities near dams have been damaged, causing power outages to some areas. French Prime Minister Jean Castex is set to meet Guadeloupe officials on Monday to discuss the crisis. Nadim Baba, Al Jazeera.
The Guyana Fire Service, GFS, says that it is investigating the circumstances which led to a major fire in a building at the Guyana Police Force, Yves Aleri headquarters compound on Saturday. The GFS says it received a call at around 2 p.m. alerting to a fire at a location, following which water tenders immediately responded to the scene. The fire is reported to have begun on the top floor of the western side of the building, in an area that is used as the living quarters for ranks of the Guyana Police Force. The fire subsequently spread to other parts of the building due to the age and combustibility of the structure and its contents. Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
This is the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are next.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in. How do you know if it is working? We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
We promised you, and now it's time to deliver. St. Louis UPVC is finally open for business. Look for the blue building marked St. Louis UPVC number 21 Frequenter Industrial Park. At St. Louis UPVC, we manufacture durable push-up windows, sliding windows, projected windows, and casement windows. You can also purchase sliding doors. Our products are manufactured with up to half-inch impact glass, with 21 different types of glass to choose from. Windows can be customized to your specifications. Free delivery island-wide. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Feel free to call us at 439-6538 for more information.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
In sport this evening, athletes travel to Colombia for the Junior Pan American Games. That and more coming up in your highlights. Welcome back, particularly sporting fans. Rachel Bain has the latest developments in sport.
Good evening, sporting fans. The 4 national swimmers selected to participate in the first Junior Pan American Long Course Swimming Championship scheduled for the 21st to the 30th of November will leave this week for Cali, Colombia, where the games will be held. The 4 swimmers, Anika Charles, Zachary Gresham, Gabrielle Hyson, and Kerry Olivier, has been engaged in a series of rigorous training in preparation for the event. 2 of the swimmers, Anika and Zachary, left Grenada on Sunday, while the other 2, Gabrielle and Kerry, who are out of state, leave on Wednesday. Coach Gerson Escobar Fernandez will accompany the team. Also, a Carriacou-based boxer, Jaffa Shade, 69 kg, will join the swimmers at the first Junior Pan American Games. Coach Sebastian Steele will accompany him. During the 5th series of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell media engagement on Sunday, he gave his view on West Indies' performance in the T20 and Test cricket.
I think you have to judge a Test side on their own performance and merit. And clearly there are weaknesses there. I think it's clear that the West Indies is not a powerful a nation as in Test cricket or any form of the game as they were. It's clear to me that there are going to be some changes. A number of players have indicated that they are retiring. So they'll be looking for young talent, of course, throughout the region would be one aspect of going forward. And I believe that they will be very competitive in T20 cricket, but that's not my cricket. I prefer to see a good one-day match and Test cricket. And I believe we have some ways to go as far as that is concerned. I believe we'll make it again in T20, but I'm not sure about the prospects for Test cricket success in the near future.
Meanwhile, West Indies were in a world of trouble at the end of day 2 of the first test against Sri Lanka at Gali on Monday. Chasing a target of 386, the West Indies slumped to 113 for 6 at stump, still 273 runs behind, on a day that promised much, but instead descended into disaster. Ramesh Mendes, who took 3 for 23, and Praveen, 2 for 25, were the main destroyers for the host, as the West Indies collapsed from a solid start from captain Craig Brathwaite, who made 41, and Jermaine Blackwood, 20. Brathwaite and Blackwood were hardly troubled by Sri Lankan bowling, as both took few risks while making effort to rotate the strikes as best they could against tight bowling and a close field. They ran singles and pierced the field for the occasional boundary, steadily building a foundation for the chase. However, the promising start would eventually unravel, most disappointingly. And finally, in sports, after 24-hour observation, Jeremy Solanzo will return to the West Indies team hotel this afternoon. It is confirmed that he has suffered a concussion and will immediately begin undergoing concussion protocol. Match referee Rajan Madguli has approved Shai Hope as Solanzo's replacement in the ongoing test match. This is following the ICC concussion substitution rule. And that has brought us to the end of MTV's Evening Sports. I am Rachel Bain.
Thank you, Rachel. We'll have for you the weather, the public forecast, very latest one, of course, and then a recap of the top stories. It's all when we return.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Each of us has a role in Grenada's successful recovery. Our future is promising. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good Monday evening, viewers, and back with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Dwayne Williams. The entire Eastern Caribbean today experienced sunny and hot conditions, but by afternoon in the area of low-level clouds developed over Trinidad, bringing some showers there. There are no significant features right now in the Atlantic. A bit of a slight haze is approaching islands, so we could see a slight deterioration in visibility on Tuesday. That, however, will not have any serious impact on those who suffer with respiratory distress in times of dense haze. That area of cloudiness would continue to produce some showers over Trinidad during the night time. We could possibly see some pre-dawn showers, and maybe in the very late stage of the night we could see some showers mostly over the southern part of the island here. Mostly fair weather would dominate on Monday night, with the possibility, as I said, of some late showers developing towards morning and in the pre-dawn period. Winds would be east-northeast, late easterly between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Tonight's minimum will fall to around 24. The moonrise is at 8:20. The moon is going to set in the morning at 9:34. Fair conditions would again prevail on Tuesday. The possibility of those pre-dawn showers, just about a 30 to 40% chance of that occurring. East-northeasterly winds will blow between 12 and 24 miles per hour with normal seas and 3 to 5 foot waves. The sunrise is at 6:08, sunset 5:38. Another hot day in store. Will continue to measure around 34 and feel more like 38. 1 or 2 early isolated showers are in the forecast for Port of Spain, with fair conditions in Bridgetown and lots of sunshine in Kingston, Miami, New York, and London. It's going to be a bit cool in New York. Temperatures are falling there. High of 7 is expected with a low of 0. The fair conditions would continue to dominate the weather over the next 7 days. Any cloudiness or any showers will be mostly in the night time. We could see very brief sharp showers, but these are becoming fewer and further apart. That's it for Monday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again on Tuesday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada. The MTV News Hurricane Tip is brought to you in association with Beacon Insurance.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
In today's Hurricane Tip, we feature what you should need in a hurricane kit. Non-perishable food, enough to last at least 3 days. Water, enough to last for 3 days. First aid kit, include any prescription medication you may need. Personal hygiene items and sanitation items. Flashlights, have extra batteries and bulbs on hand. Battery operated radio, again have extra batteries. Clothing and bedding. Tools and emergency supplies and special items. Keep the items you would most likely need during an evacuation in an easy to carry container. Possible containers include a large covered trash container, a camping backpack, or a duffel bag. These were your hurricane tips for today.
The MTV News Hurricane Tip was brought to you in association with Beacon Insurance.
Peace of mind comes from knowing that your family is safe and financially secure. For your peace of mind and theirs, plan ahead. Beacon's Rest Easy policy helps you to do just that. Rest Easy is a policy that offers you a payment upon your death or the death of any covered family member that can be used to offset post-mortem expenses. For as little as 75 cents per day, you can ensure that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Government to implement fixed prices for fuel. Regulation of public servants high on the government's agenda. Police investigating circumstances surrounding the death of a man found in his home on Sunday. And in sport, athletes travel to Colombia for the Junior Pan American Games. We've had details to those and other stories, and of course the public forecast information for you, all a part of the MTV Evening News Monday. Now, on behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you so very much for watching and wish you a good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Well, good evening to viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Monday, the 22nd of November 2021. I'm Lexanne Fletcher and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. I've got Ms. Giselle Alexander standing in with me. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Ms. Alexander is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Well, don't forget with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. All right, check your tickets. First number is... Yes, first number up is 2. Second number 5. Third and final. Third and final, 7. All right, let's recap. First number was 2. Second number 5. The third and final was 7. If you're a winner this evening, congratulations to you, and do stay tuned. Get your tickets out. We've got the Playway Draw up next. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021. I've got Ms. Giselle Alexander joining me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10, or in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice, and get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And the winning Playway number is... This evening's winning Playway number is the number 10, 1010. The dream symbol is police. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number 10, 1010. The dream symbol, police. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And of course, don't forget the cash for draw is coming up right after this. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back. It's time for the Daily Cash for draw for this evening, Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021. Ms. Giselle Alexander is standing in with me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, with the Cash for game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. All right, it's time to reveal the winning numbers for this evening. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. And the first number up is 9. Second number 0. Third number 1, and the final. Yes, final 0. All right, let's recap. Numbers on the screen. First number was 9, the second number 0, third number 1, and the fourth and final 0. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening, and don't forget, the lotto draw comes up a little later on. The estimated jackpot for this evening is $104,000. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Well, good evening once again, viewers and listeners. Welcome back. It's time for the National Lottery Authority's Lotto draw number 3290 for this evening, Monday, the 22nd of November, 2021. The estimated jackpot for this evening is $104,000. Joining me once again is Ms. Giselle Alexander. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Let's find out what the free ticket letter will be for this evening. Good luck. And this evening's free ticket letter is... This evening's free ticket letter is the letter E as in egg. That's E as in egg. Well, it's time to select tonight's 5 winning numbers for $104,000. If you've got your tickets, good luck. And the first number is, first number up, 13. Second number 33. Third number up is 8. The fourth number 16, and the final number is 4. All right, it's time to recap. Let's double check those tickets. Of course, double check the screen just to verify as well. The free ticket letter for this evening is the letter E as in egg. That's E as in egg. And the 5 winning numbers. Time to recap. First number up, 13, 1313. The second, 33, that's 3333. Second number, 8088. The fourth, 16, 1616. And the fifth and final was 4044. This has been Lotto Play and Win Alive. You got these numbers. Congratulations to you. Well, don't forget to get your tickets for tomorrow. God's will. Do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
Maximize your advertising dollar. Admire your growth. Only with MTV, Magic FM, and the Grenada Informer. Contact our marketing department on 440-8171 or 444-1413.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Cecilia Knights, also known as I Live of Durant Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, who resided in the USA, passed away on Thursday, 28th October 2021 in the USA, at the age of 92. She was the mother of Leon, Lucia, and Catherine Richardson of Grenville, Cleo, Teresa, Lucille, Louisa, and Ivan Richardson in the USA. Grandmother of 44, including Gregor, Terrison, Tyrone, Anthony, Lyndon, Trevelyn, Roll, Andre, Giselle, Londa and Kathy Richardson, Mark and Marin Eno. Great-grandmother of 71, great-great-grandmother of 16, mother-in-law of Anne Richardson, Terry Peters, and Reuben. Many other relatives and close friends, including friends and neighbors of Cookhill Road and Durant Road, Grenville, St. Andrew. The funeral of the late Cecilia Knights, also known as I Live of Durant Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, who resided in the USA, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to LaCour Brothers Funeral Homes. Daniel Cephas Bartholomew of River Road, who resided at Tempe St. George, a well-known accountant and insurance claims adjuster, passed away on Tuesday, 2nd November 2021, at the age of 72. He was the father of Dwaynell in Grenada and Danielle in the USA, father-in-law of Tweedale Bartholomew, brother of George, Albert, Jeremiah, Michael, Rosalind, and Cynthia in the USA, son-in-law of the Reverend Agneta Andrews, uncle of Jules, Dinny, Jamie, Jeffrey, Dexter, David, and Sasha, brother-in-law of Jean, Monica, Yvonne, and Christina. Other relatives and close friends including Stephen and Jesse McBurney, Pastor Davis and Yvette John, Eddie and Deborah Primus and family, members of Liberty Reform Assembly, Grove, Gale Squires and the Labari family, and friends and neighbors of Tempe and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Daniel Cephas Bartholomew of River Road, who resided at Tempe St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Shondell Kellon Hafford, also known as Loverboy, Delop and Dell of St. Cloud St. Andrew, who resided at Grandsborough St. Andrew, a former employee of Sammy's Ready Mix and Construction Services, passed away on Wednesday, 3rd November at the age of 22. He was the son of Shirley and Stafford Hafford, brother of Sheldon Noel, Shirley-Ann and Sean Hafford, nephew of Doreen, Glenda, Glenroy, Kentford, Barbara, Donna, Roland, Dennis, Cecil, Leon, and Rosanna, uncle of Shimron and Chevron Noel, cousin of many included Clifford Hafford, grandson of Sheila Julian, grandnephew of Costel Hafford and Gordon Hafford. Relatives and friends including the Hafford family of Caruth, Balthazar, and the U.S., the Lalit family in the U.S. and England, Leon, Wendell, Keturah, and Luther, Sandra Best and family, Ira Simon and family, the Edwards family in the U.S., and the Noel family of Bellevue Land, the management and staff of Sammy's Ready Mix and Construction Services, members of the St. James Seventh-day Adventist Church, the pastor and members of the House of Deliverance Temple frequentee, the manager of KGM Construction, former classmates of the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School 2016 and the T.A. Marichaud Community College 2019, friends of St. Cloud's, Bellevue Land, Granborough, and Sab, many other relatives and friends too numerous to mention. The funeral service and interment of the late Shondell Hafford will be held privately. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Anastasia Merrill Charles, affectionately known as Stacy, of the Burkess St. George, passed away on Monday, 1st November 2021, at the age of 72. She was the mother of Dr. Lorne Howard Charles and Raj Andy Charles, grandmother of Lorne Adam Charles, Gloria Vivian Charles, Caleb, Aidan, Leela, Noah, and Christian Charles, mother-in-law of Meta Gail Charles and Laura Alclock Charles, caregivers Nurse Ambika Joseph and the Care Transition Clinic team, nurses Beryl Williams and Gertrude Braveboy. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Joseph Charles and family, Esther Albert and family, Justina Decimus Scott and family, Dorcas Charles and family, Samuel Charles and family, Cheryl Brazan and family, Althea Francis and family, Louise Hood and family, Alistair Depradine and family, Angela Mitchell, Doreen Mark, Claudette and Raphael Felix, Jean Lambert, Daniel, Christine, Colleen, Myrtle and Samuel Frederick, all the members of the church in St. George, and friends and neighbors in the USA, the Burkess and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Anastasia Merrill Charles, affectionately known as Stacy, of the Burkess St. George will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. David Charles, also known as Joby, of Lafayette St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, 17th November 2021, at the age of 78. The funeral arrangements for the late David Charles, also known as Joby, of Lafayette St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Shawlan Timothy James of Pearl St. Andrew died on Monday, November 8th, 2021, at the age of 45. The funeral arrangements for the late Shawlan Timothy James of Pearl St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Fitz Isidore Alexander, also known as Brigade of Grandon St. George, passed away on Monday, 15th November 2021, at the age of 57. The funeral arrangements for the late Fitz Isidore Alexander, also known as Brigade, of Grandon St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Dave Marquez, also known as Scalawa, of Grove St. John, an employee of Nawassa, passed away on Thursday, 11th November 2021, at the age of 51. The funeral arrangements for the late Dave Marquez, also known as Kalawa, of Grove St. John, an employee of Nawassa, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Jenilyn Hector, also known as Jen, of Brooklyn Concord St. John, passed away on Monday, November 15th, 2021, at the age of 50. The funeral arrangements for the late Jenilyn Hector, also known as Jen, of Brooklyn Concord St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Cuthbert Thomas of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided at Cherry Hill St. George, passed away on Friday, 5th November, at the age of 79. The funeral for the late Cuthbert Thomas of Shantimel St. Patrick, who resided at Cherry Hill St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Stanley David Japal, also known as Buddy, of Mount Carmel St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, November 10th, 2021, at the age of 77. The funeral arrangements for the late Stanley David Japal, also known as Buddy, of Mount Carmel St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Hermelyn Moraine, also known as Mom, of Croshoe St. Andrew, who resided at Mount Hartman St. George, passed away on Monday, November 8th, 2021, at the age of 67. The funeral arrangements for the late Hermelyn Moraine, also known as Mom, of Croshoe St. Andrew, who resided at Mount Hartman St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Catherine Williams, also known as Bemisi, Tita and Darling, of Blaise St. Andrew, who resided at John Anglais St. George, passed away on Friday, November 5th, 2021, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Catherine Williams, also known as Bemisi, Tita and Darling, of Blaise St. Andrew, who resided at John Anglais St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. William Loftus Nayak, also known as Lala, of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided in Cumana Main Road, Toco, Trinidad, passed away on Saturday, 2nd October 2021, at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late William Loftus Nayak, also known as Lala, of Riversally St. Patrick, who resided in Cumana Main Road, Toco, Trinidad, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
I'm Pastor Jerry Keynes Douglas, and I'd like to take the opportunity today to express my deepest sympathy to all of you who have lost loved ones, friends, members of your family or inner circle. Probably one of the hardest issues to deal with in life is the loss of a loved one, someone close. There is arguably no harder blow than to be separated from someone as a result of death, and especially so when that death has come as a tragedy, as a tragic circumstance. Our deepest sympathy is with you today. I'd like to share a word of comfort with you from the Word of God that we can all learn from as we deal with bereavement, with mourning, with sorrow, and with the pain of a lost loved one. I like to say from the Word of God, we learn about Abraham, the patriarch. And the Bible says that when Abraham's wife Sarah died in Hebron that Abraham sat down to mourn and to weep for her. And then, after a period of mourning and weeping, the Bible says Abraham arose and he went to do business, to buy land, to build a tomb for Sarah, and to bury her remains. And for all of us, there is that issue of dealing with the grieving period. And yes, it's okay to mourn, it is okay to grieve, it is okay to express that sense of loss and the pain that it comes with it. But I say to you today, you're not alone. Like Abraham, go ahead and mourn. You're not alone. It's natural. Let it happen. However, I also believe that by the grace of God, you're not alone in these times. So God says, and as you feel that pain, He says, come to me, all ye that are heavy laden, burdened and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. We need to come to Him and find a grace that goes beyond the casual comfort that people may give to us. Find support in God Himself. I also want to say to you that if you mourn and you know your loved one knew the Lord, you know the Lord, then we do not mourn as those who have no hope, but we know that Jesus will come again and the dead in Christ shall arise. That ought to be your hope as well. But finally, I also want to say to you in this difficult time to focus on what your loved one would have wanted. The Bible says Abraham rose up after his mourning, even during that, and he was able to get on with his life. And your loved ones would certainly want you to go through some grief and some mourning, but also to be able to move on with your life and to do the things that they would want you to do, to be strong, to bounce out of your grief and to be able to carry on and to fulfill the rest of your life until the day comes when you or I would be inevitably moved out of here by the same process. So my prayers are with you today, that God would help you and give you comfort and grace in this time of bereavement. May the Lord bless you and help you and strengthen you in an amazing way. And as I close, I give you this wonderful promise from God's word. He says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. He says, I will strengthen you, I will help you, and I will support you with my mighty right hand. Isaiah 41:10. May God bless you.
My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. When I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number